Okay, this is a quick copy critique for the sales letter for SoloFire product. I do like the fact that you have the expiration date here and then the big timer, which is always good. Now, there's a couple of things that you want to do. One is you want to always avoid this word right here because basically nobody wants to learn anything. They don't want to learn to play lead guitar because that's going to require work. Okay, they just want to play lead guitar. Okay, and then basically this headline is pretty weak, to be honest with you. What you want to do is you want to write about 30 headlines using a simple how-to formula. So how to get more yay without boo, or get more yay with less boo. Okay, so how to play lead guitar from the ground up the right way, blah 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 blah. I think I actually wrote a couple of ones, but this isn't about headlines. This is basically just to tell you that I think this headline is weak. You need to write about 30 of them, and you need to use the how-to formula, or you need to use the how-to in X number of days. So how to play lead guitar from the ground up in 30 days or less without practicing, hours and hours a day and playing mind-numbingly boring solos or something like that. But basically, that would be the template you can use. Now, I've given you a proprietary macro for Excel that you can use to create headlines. Okay, so that's going to take a lot of the work out of it, but you just definitely want to avoid the word learn. You also want to avoid the word lesson. Okay, because think about it. Lessons are something that you usually have a negative connotation with, like karate lessons. Well, maybe you didn't like karate and you thought that class was a pain in the butt, right? But your parents made you do it. So there's a negative connotation associated with it. Or piano lessons that you may have hated. Or, lessons has to do with like, get out your books, little boys and girls, and let's do lesson number 1 from chapter 2, right? So lesson, just avoid it. Don't use that word, okay? Also, learn. I mean, learn is like it's in here 29 times, right? So you might not be able to completely avoid it. There may be some instances, but in general, you don't want to learn how to do crap. You want to just use like this, for example, how to play licks and patterns that will beef up your solos, all right? And don't forget, whenever you can, try to use which means, ... whatever that means, or the so you can formula. Whoops. Okay. I'll let you fix that. All right. And then, so you have learn in here 28 times. So try to avoid that. We have lessons in here 1 time. That's good. And also the word practice. Okay. That's in here 5 times. Nobody wants to practice. They just want to play. Nobody wants to learn. They just want to play. Nobody wants to have lessons. They want to have video modules. Okay, you could use video modules. You could use instead of learn, lessons, and practice. You could use, for example, play, shred, rip, riff. Okay, these are kind of inside jargon for guitar players, which is fine because that's who your audience is in this case. Okay, so you definitely want to try that. The other thing is you want to make it skimmable. Okay, so one of the things that I see in here is that this isn't skimmable. So what you need to know is in a long form copy, people are going to skim this. Okay, some people will. What they usually do is they'll skim for the big hook, for the big headlines, and then they'll go back and, if they're serious about buying, they'll go back and read the bullet points, and then they may come back in here and read this stuff. But you need to make it such that it's skimmable, where you have headlines, okay, throughout the copy that even if they didn't read the body copy, they would still get the big idea. Okay? So let me give you an example. So you've got this headline up here, and you might want to even start with like attention and then call out your audience. Attention, lead guitar wannabes, or probably wannabe is not a very good term, but attention guitarists who want to play solos from scratch or something like that, right? So, or attention beginner guitarist, or attention blues guitar lover, or attention acoustic guitar lover, right? That kind of thing. And that immediately calls out your audience and separates you from everybody else. And it also telegraphs to your audience that, you know what, this is not for everybody. It's only if you're a blues lover, it's only if you're a beginner, it's only if you're an advanced guitarist, etc. Okay? That's called a pre-head. Then, of course, your headline, which is going to go here, and then this needs to be benefit-based, right? And then you can have your big video, if there's a sales video here, okay, which would be fine. And because no one really cares about what the product is, they only care what it's going to do for them, okay? Get that through your head. Nobody cares what the product is. They just care what it's going to do for them, all right? And remember, the video needs to always go above the fold, so they shouldn't have to scroll down to see the video, and they sure as heck don't want to have to scroll down to find a video that's auto-playing, that's blaring while they're trying to, while they're at work or something. That would be really bad. So back to the making it skimmable. Dear fellow guitar player, you might want to make it, dear, and then again, dear blues lover, dear blues guitar lover, dear acoustic lover, dear beginner guitarist, or something like that. And sometimes you just use dear friend, Okay, so making it skimmable, basically what you need to do is go through here and just pull out some headlines, okay? And let's see. I actually came up with one a minute ago. I saw it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some thinking about this, which I don't have time to do right now. But the bottom line is, what you're going to do is you're going to make it skimmable. So let's just see. Let's make this the headline. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay, and I'm going to just turn this into a heading, and I'm going to say, you'll have, okay, you need to make this like this. There's a reason newspapers do this. You'll have the skills. How about this? You'll play. Remember, people don't want to develop skills and stuff. You'll play mind. How about mind melting solos, just like your just like your guitar heroes. How about that? Okay, and generally you'll want to center it, and you want to make it such that each sentence makes sense. Just like your heroes, guitar heroes, that kind of makes sense. You'll play mind melting solos, that definitely makes sense. But you want to make it where they can skim through the body copy, okay, and just read the headlines, and the whole thing makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay, so you're going to need, I would go never more than probably 2 sentences or 3 sentences per paragraph. Remember, this is not English class. You can do simple things like this, okay? Imagine, picking up your guitar and playing a spine-tingling solo from scratch, on demand, anytime you want, over any track in any key, okay? Keep breaking it up. There's a reason newspapers are written the way they are, is to keep the person reading, because think about it. The headline is absolutely critical to get them to read the subhead. The subhead is here to get them to read the first sentence. The first sentence is going to read the second sentence, okay, et cetera, et cetera. Now, when you, so you're going to want to go through here and break this up and create some headlines that make sense on their own, okay, without having to read the body copy, so that they can get the big picture of the offer without having to read all of the body copy. I would go through and break these up more. It's a little, I see this has only 3 paragraphs, so that's fine, but remember, a paragraph can be a sentence, okay? And so let's see, I'm having my checklist here. Okay, make it skimmable, Hemingway app. Okay, so remember, you want to use, I'll tell you what, I'll make that in another video.